Sandra, what are you doing now? The little ones will be home soon, so I was just cleaning up. I've been busy this morning. You know what? The other day, we decided to have a lively Chinese dinner with a few of our close family friends. My mom's friend invited us, and we had a nice Chinese dinner. My husband and the kids ate a lot of food and looked very satisfied. I've heard about that, Vivian. Oh, really? I didn't know that you had heard about it. We live in the same school district, so we have a lot of friends who share that information. I see. It's nice to be invited by friends, isn't it? From what I heard, your family wasn't invited. Huh? That can't be true. They told me that I can come if I want to, so we all went together as a family. I see. That's different from what I heard, so I thought you knew about it. Looks like I might have misunderstood. I think so. You know, you should have more friends. There's a lot to be gained from a good connection. Well, I think you are right. There are still a lot of events going on with the kids. I'd like to keep in touch with my friends too. I agree. By the way, Vivian, have you finished your work already? Yes. They sent me home early because the store wasn't busy today. I hate that store because I don't make more money by working there. We need more money since we have to spend on the kids. I wonder if I should change my job. Children cost a lot of money as they get older. Let's work hard for the sake of our family. Sandra, why didn't you tell me about that? Hello, Vivian. What do you mean? I heard you're having a barbecue at your place this Sunday. How did you find out? Because we live in the same school district, so I can get that information from my friends. I'd like to meet my brother too, and I wonder if my family can join too. What? This time, we're going to have a party with just my fellow school board members. May I ask you to refrain from attending? Why? Because it's a party for fellow board members. We're going to talk about upcoming school events. I thought it wouldn't be fun if you and your family members attend. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Huh? Our family members casually eat meat, so you can just assume we're not there and carry on with the party. Even if you say that, I don't think I can grant your wish. But you and I are family. Your husband is my brother. It's natural if we attend the party, right? Yes, but... Then it's settled. I'll visit you with my husband and our 3 kids. Please don't do that, Vivian. About the barbecue the other day, don't you think it's terrible that you sneaked out and went home first? Well, at that time, you and the board members were kind of excited to talk about the school events. Meanwhile, my husband and the kids said they were full, so I let them go home first. Sorry about that. After that, we had to settle the bill for the food and clean up. Everyone, including me, was surprised that you and your family ate all the food and ran away. I took care of your bill, so can you pay me later? What? You're collecting money from your sister-in-law and her husband? You should pay for us since we are family. No kidding. I mean, it's a big amount for a family of 5. I'm sorry to say this, but you forced me to let you attend the party, so I don't think I have to pay for it. Besides, everyone was upset that you ate all the food and didn't clean up afterwards. Really? You're mad at us for that? You people are so lame. Huh? I'm your sister-in-law, so can't you just let me do what I want? What a narrow-minded person. Well, we didn't invite you this time. But still, you can't ask me to pay for that. I'm your family. It's common knowledge among us that you pay for your own food. What a stingy woman you are. So please, pay for your own family's share next time. Okay, I understand. You're so stingy. I wonder why my brother got married to you. Well then, take care. Hey Sandra, I heard that your eldest daughter won the national championship in the piano competition. That's amazing. She's always practicing so hard. Congratulations. Thank you very much. But she's still in learning process, and that competition was not an international competition. It's just a small reward. I hope it will encourage her. Still, it's not every day that someone wins a national championship. Is the result of her hard work, isn't it? Well, yes. I hope she'll step up from now on. By the way, aren't you going to celebrate that with your family? Huh? Because your daughter won the national championship, right? Aren't you going to have a dinner party as a reward for her hard work? About that, we made reservation at a fancy sushi restaurant since it was her request. It's a fancy restaurant that got a lot of attention on social media. She has always wanted to go there, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to have a small family dinner. It's not the kind of place you can just go for a quick meal. Fine sushi? That's nice. I'm sure your daughter will be happy to hear that. Of course you'll invite us too, right? What? Because I want to continue to support my niece. I'd like you to invite me and my family to this celebration. No, this time it's really just a family dinner. We are not thinking of inviting anyone else. We haven't even informed our parents. It'll be nice and lively. Let's have a big celebration for everyone. Winning the national championship in piano is a great thing, isn't it? It's not that ostentatious. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I've already made reservations for my own family members. You can change the number of people with one phone call, can't you? Please don't be so pushy. It's fine, isn't it? If it weren't for this, my kids wouldn't have a chance to eat at a fancy sushi restaurant. You can't just decide whatever you want. It's a family event. I can't just go ahead with it on my own. Why are you always so rigid, Sandra? Of course it's more fun to have more people attending the celebration. Anyway, please change the number of people for your reservation. Me, my husband, and the kids are going to a fancy sushi restaurant. I'm counting on you. Don't decide on your own. Sandra, where are you? Isn't it time to start eating? If you and the others are late, can we eat first? Vivian, what do you think you're doing? I know the day you guys made the reservation for this restaurant. I've always wanted to come here. How did you know? The kids at school found out from your youngest daughter. What? She was so happy to be able to eat delicious sushi. She told us proudly. That's so sweet of her. Children can't hide their happiness. By the way, which fancy sushi restaurant are you eating at? Huh? You know which one, don't you? There's only one fancy sushi restaurant in our hometown, right? I also wanted to congratulate my niece on her victory. Since you guys will be here soon, we'll start eating first. What do you mean, eat first? I told you many times that this is a family dinner. Your husband is my brother. So we are a respectable family. I don't understand what you mean. What are you trying to do? We were about to have dinner together as a family, and you force your way to the restaurant? You have no consideration at all. We didn't even invite you to dinner, and now you're using the children to gather information. Don't make me repeat it. We are family too. What's wrong with wanting to celebrate my niece's victory? You're so rude. No way. Anyway, we ordered ahead of time. Hurry up and come. Hello, Sandra. You haven't arrived yet. It's been an hour past our reservation time. You're going to cause trouble for the restaurant. Are you out of your mind? Come quickly. What are you talking about, Vivian? We were full before the star of the show appeared. The sushi was great since the ingredients were so fresh. Some of the expensive stuff were so good that I could feel them melt in my mouth. Well, we arrived on time at the fancy sushi restaurant where we had a reservation. Huh? But you're nowhere to be seen. The restaurant is not that big, so you should have found us. What do you mean? I wonder. Well, I don't care if you and your family are here or not. We've had our stomachs filled. My husband and kids are very happy, so I'm satisfied. I think we'll go home first because it would be a nuisance to stay in the restaurant forever, even though we're full. Jeez. So, do you mind to pay on my behalf? My husband and I both had to rush out for work today, so we didn't have the money ready. I'll get the money ready tomorrow and deliver it to your house. Enough is enough, Vivian. I won't fall into the same trap ever again. What did you say? You keep saying that you'll pay me later. After all, you still haven't paid me for the barbecue, right? What? That wasn't much, right? You're really picky about money, aren't you? It's not about the amount. Besides, it's a celebration dinner for your eldest daughter, right? It's only natural that the parents of the child should pay for it. I don't understand. It's you and your family who came without permission, even though we didn't invite all of you. Please pay for your own food. Even if you say that, we can't afford to pay for such a fancy sushi restaurant with what we earn. If you can't afford it, why did you go there? We came here to celebrate my niece. She's exceptionally cute. I told you not to come, and yet it was you who came without permission. Because I really wanted to come. My husband and the kids want to eat sushi here too. I couldn't bring them here if it wasn't a good time. The cost of eating there is never less than $300. Oh, really? I didn't know that it's that expensive. The kids wanted more, so we ordered 8 servings and a bunch of drinks. 8 servings, huh? That's almost $2,400 for just the food. And I don't know how many drinks you ordered, but I'm sure it's a lot. That's the thing. I just checked, and they said the total was $3,000 because we ordered all-you-can-drink menu. I was fully satisfied. So this amount is not bad, isn't it? $3,000 for eating out. How could you eat that much when you hadn't even prepared the money? I would have been afraid to do that if I was in the same situation. Because you and the others are there, so I thought it would be fine. You can pay it for sure, right? Are you kidding me? Of course you'll pay for it, right? Or would you treat us because you're in the mood to celebrate? That's a possibility, isn't it? Thanks for the food. Please take care of the $3,000 bill. Hold on a sec. Please stop joking. Why should we pay for you? Because I'm your husband's sister. Isn't it natural to treat me and my family for a fancy dinner? What on earth are you thinking, Vivian? Stop messing around. Hurry up here and pay for us. We've already eaten and we can't leave. For your information, we've been in the restaurant we booked since a while ago. I told you I can't see you guys. You're at the local fancy sushi restaurant, right? Yes, that's right. I don't know anything about that restaurant. What are you talking about? It's the fancy sushi restaurant that's all over social media, right? I see. Maybe I just didn't see that post yet. Seriously? We're here at the fancy sushi restaurant in New York. What? New York? That's right. The kids are going on a long vacation starting today. So we're taking a trip to New York to celebrate. A trip? I thought I'd expose them to art to improve their aesthetic sense here. While we're in New York, we decided to go to a fancy sushi restaurant that's very popular in the social media here. What? A trip to New York? I didn't hear a single word about that. Do I have to tell you? Only my husband and I knew about this trip. Why didn't you tell us that? Because it's none of your business. We didn't invite anyone. It was just a small family celebration. I didn't have to tell you, did I? So, you won't come to this restaurant I'm eating at? That's right. I don't think I know where your fancy sushi restaurant is in the first place. I'm glad you told me about that. You tricked me, didn't you? Why did you do that? Please don't say that. I'll say it again and again. I never invited you and your family. In fact, I declined, didn't I? And yet it was you and your family who got the information from my daughter and came without permission. That's terrible! No one ever told me about the trip to New York. Why didn't you tell us? If I had known, I wouldn't have come here. I have no duty to inform you about our family trip to New York. I knew your true intentions. Huh? I'm going to take this opportunity to say this to you. You came to the dinner party, though you're not invited. I can't continue a family relationship with you and your family, who would come to a dinner party without being invited, eat a lot, and then leave without paying. What a thing to say! That's very rude. All my friends around me were saying that too. They told me that they can't be friends with you anymore. When you had Chinese lunch the other day, I heard that you left the restaurant right after you finished eating because you had something urgent to do. People who were with you there were roaring with criticism. What? You can't just go to someone else's dinner or lunch without being invited, and you can't just leave without paying the bill. I don't think anything's wrong with that. Huh? It's not a big deal, because both me and my husband work, but our income is too small to afford to eat out. It's not right to take money from a family like that, is it? No, it's normal to pay for what you eat. It's you who has your own crazy thought. My family is not as wealthy as yours, so don't you think you should help us a little? Please stop relying on us. Moreover, we don't want you to rely on my other friends too. Just because you make a little more money than my family, do you think you can rule this world? You're so cocky. I'm not talking about your family income. I'm talking in general. That being said, please pay your own bill at that fancy sushi restaurant. We are away from home anyway. What? You're kidding, right? There's no way I can pay for it. It's a total of $3,000. Where would I get that kind of money? I don't know. But it's true that you ate $3,000 worth of food, so you have to pay. I don't have the money. So you're going to pay for it, right? No one said anything about paying for your family's meals. Besides, we're in New York right now. It's impossible for us to come back home now. You'll have to take care of it yourself. What? I said it's impossible. If you don't pay, we can't go home. If that happens, I feel sorry for my husband and kids. Do something about it. I don't care. It's impossible for us to go to that restaurant. Besides, we're in the middle of a celebratory meal right now. Oh no! Can I talk to my brother? I need you to let me talk to him for a minute. My husband is also disgusted with your attitude. He doesn't want to talk to you too. He said you'll just have to deal with it yourselves. Wait a minute. Then what are we supposed to do? Why don't you and your husband discuss that? It's none of my business what you do with your payments. Well, I'll leave you to it. Sandra, wait a minute. What are we supposed to do? After that, Vivian, who was in trouble, contacted all her friends and asked for help, but no one was willing to help her. She had no choice but to explain the situation to the owner of the fancy sushi restaurant. But there was no way the owner could let her go, since she and her family have spent $3,000 for eating and drinking. She was reported to the police right after that. My parents-in-law paid for the food and drink, and the situation was somehow settled without incident. Vivian was scolded severely by my parents-in-law, and they are going to manage the family budget for the time being. My parents-in-law are sensible people, so it's only natural. I don't know how Vivian became like that after being raised by them. Anyway, we enjoyed our trip to New York as a family, uninterrupted by anyone. My husband and I spent a good time relaxing. Our children came home with a great sense of inspiration. I sincerely hope that our children will grow up well.
Hi, big sis. Can we talk now? Yeah, I just got home from work and was catching my breath. I'm fine anyway. What's going on? I have something to tell you. What is it? Good news or bad news? Very good for me, but not so good for you. What do you mean? I'm curious. Just spit it out. Yeah, well, I have a boyfriend now. Really? Congratulations. That's really good news. Why is it a bad thing for me that you now have a boyfriend? Because my boyfriend is Joe. Joe is your boyfriend? Yes, he is. He's your fiancé and you're getting married in a week. Wait a minute, what do you mean? How can Joe be your boyfriend? Well, actually, Joe is my type of guy. I've liked him ever since you introduced him, so every time I saw him, I couldn't stop my feelings for him. I ambushed him on my way home from work. When? About 2 weeks ago. Huh? Why did you do that when you knew I was engaged to him? Because I've always loved him. I really wanted him to know about my feelings. I wanted to tell him how I felt before he got married to you. So I told him honestly. Sally, what have you done? Joe is the person who's going to marry me. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but I just couldn't stop my feelings. You know what? Joe told me he's interested in me too. No kidding. He said I'm more beautiful than you, that it's hard for him to believe that we're sisters. Besides, he was surprised when he first saw me because I looked so different from you. I was going to give up, but he said he'd always been interested in me. I admit that you are more beautiful than me, but Joe is my fiancé and our wedding is in a week. Are you serious about this? Of course, I'm serious. Even though Joe is your fiancé, I can't stop myself from loving him. That's why we're dating now. What do you mean? Maybe Joe will contact you directly later. He said he's going to break off the engagement. I think he's thinking of marrying me. Oh no, that's never going to happen. Not with Joe. I would never believe anything you say. I understand your feeling. I didn't expect that too. I thought it was okay to have a one-sided love with Joe. But in the end, Joe didn't choose you. I can't believe this is really happening. Before Joe contacts you, I thought I should let you know, because I don't want you to be in great shock. Do you think that's allowed? Then what's going to happen to me? Well, I don't know because I'm not living your life, but I want you to be happy, sis. That's enough. I'll talk to Joe directly. Sis! Hey, answer me! Are you still mad at me? What do you want? I'm sorry you couldn't make it to the wedding. Did you manage to cancel the wedding venue? I'm sure you had rented outfits and made hair and makeup appointments, right? I'm sure it must have been a lot of stuff to cancel. I don't want you to worry about me. Leave me alone. Don't be so cold. I'm still worried about you since I'm your sister. Shut up. How can you steal someone's fiancé and then just text a person with no concern? I don't even consider you my sister anymore. Don't say that. You're still my sister. How many times do you have to take my boyfriend away to satisfy yourself? And to top it all off, you even took my fiancé. You've been like that since I was in high school when I had my first boyfriend. What are you talking about? You stole my boyfriends from me every time I had one. I didn't do that. They all told me they have feelings for me. It's not like I stole them from you. Technically, you weren't chosen. It's because you flirted with them, right? Just because you're a little prettier than me, it doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want. A little bit? For your information, I'm much prettier than you. And I have a nice style too. It's only natural for a guy to choose me instead. I don't get it. What is your main intention of doing that? Doing what? Why are you harassing me like that? Would you just stop hurting me? I can't believe you don't understand. Our parents have been nice only to you. Huh? They always praise you, all of the time. You have an ugly face, but you always know how to behave properly. That's not true. Don't call me ugly. Our parents always cared about you too. Stop saying random things. I won't be fooled. They told me to study hard like you, and also act like you so that my friends will love me. That's what they've been telling me all the time. That's because you're always doing nasty things, pretending to study while reading comic books, or bullying your friends because you don't want to give them sweets. It's only natural for our parents to warn you. You're wrong. Our parents only care about you since you're good at study and you are also well behaved. I don't think so. So, since you took our parents away from me, I decided to take my revenge by taking away important things, including people, from you. Huh? I think you misunderstood our parents all this time. So you've been taking my boyfriend away from me all these years just because of that? That's right. I guess this is my way to take a revenge on you. I'm speechless. I've been hurt all this time just because of your stupid misunderstanding? This is very ridiculous. Ridiculous? I don't think so. Do you know how lonely I've been until this day? You're the one who decided to feel lonely. Our father tried so hard to spend time with you on holidays. Our mother packed as much of your favorite side dish as she could in your lunchbox on picnic day. Why can't you understand their kindness? Shut up! You have no idea how miserable I feel! I think you have a good point there. I also have no idea how you dared to steal someone's fiancé. Honestly, I don't even want to talk to you or look at your face. Can you please stop texting me? You are the one who must stop texting me! Anyway, I'll live a happy life with Joe. Be my guest. I don't need a man who doesn't care about me. How are you, sis? Huh? May I know who I'm talking to? It's me. Who are you? I'm your sister, Sally. Seriously? Of course. I didn't recognize your number. You wouldn't have responded to me if I used my old account, would you? You're right. Well then, I have nothing to say to you. Wait a minute. Don't you think it's rude to treat me like that? Your sweet little sister went to the trouble of texting you. I broke up with Joe, so you don't have to be mad at me anymore. That's not the point. Don't be silly. I don't want to hear your nonsense blabbering ever again. I have nothing to say to you. That's terrible. You don't have to talk like that to me. What are you talking about? I know about that. Know what? I heard you're getting married. How did you find out? I tried to keep it a secret. I didn't want you to know. Don't underestimate me. I have an extensive information network. You don't have to boast of yourself like that. I'll keep quiet about my marriage. I don't want to talk about anything with you ever again. Do I make myself clear to you? Are you sure about that? Huh? Actually, I've met your fiancé. What? You must be kidding me. I'm not kidding. It's Ted, isn't it? How did you know that? I have a bad feeling about this. Really? I've met him before and I'm telling you the truth. I haven't heard anything from him. It's obvious, isn't it? He doesn't want to talk to you about that. Why wouldn't he? Where did you meet him? He works at a very nice place, right? I can't believe you have a fiancé who works at a prestigious company. No way. Did you really meet him? Yes, I did. I ambushed him in front of the company building. What a thing to do. How much more are you going to torment me? Are you trying to take away my fiancé twice? Don't say that. After all, I'm always the chosen one. Tell me how you met Ted. I was standing at the entrance of the building at the right moment. A man with a name tag, Ted Smith, came out of the building. What? He was on his way to buy lunch. Ted went out to buy lunch? That's right. I called out to him and told him about you. Seems that he was the right person. I see. What's with that cold tone? Nothing. So what did you say to him? Well, he told me that I'm a very attractive person, so he wants to go out with me. He also said that he wants to start a serious relationship with me if I don't mind. Even though he's engaged to me? That's what I said too. Then he said that he finally met the woman of his dreams. So he said it doesn't matter. Ted is a really wonderful man, isn't he? Did he really say that? Yes, he's very passionate. We've just met, but he told me that I'm a woman of his dreams. Passionate? Maybe you're right. Anyway, I thought maybe we meant to be together. I think I've heard the same words from you a couple times before. That's rude. This time I'm really serious. And you know what? I'm pregnant with your fiancé's child. Pregnant? What on earth do you think you're doing? Don't you regret doing that? I don't regret anything. Can you forgive me? Yes. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. What? You're not mad at me? Why should I? Because I'm pregnant with your fiancé's child. It's Ted's child, right? You have to be grateful for that. Well, I won't get angry if you say you won't regret it. Why? Oh, you're sad. I can understand that. Since I'm pregnant, you have no choice but to break off the engagement. It can't be helped. Anyway, it's none of my business. You don't have to tell me about that. Sis, answer me. Now what? Are you enjoying married life? You knew it, didn't you? Knew what? About your ex-fiancé. I don't understand what you're talking about. I mean, Ted was a terrible mama's boy. Mama's boy. So the rumors were true after all. Huh? He's a very handsome and kind man, but the rumor has it that he's a terrible mama's boy. Most of the female employees don't want to marry him. They said there's no point of getting married to a mama's boy, even though he's a good-looking guy. They also said that he's a real disappointment. Huh? But you were engaged to him, right? Didn't you know about that too? Looks like you got the wrong Ted. What do you mean? My fiancé's name is Ted Anderson. Anderson? Yes, there are many employees in that big company who have the same first name. My boyfriend is Ted Anderson, and the one you got married to is Ted Smith. It's a different person. What? Wasn't he your fiancé? Oh no! Then why did he pretend to be your fiancé? He knew that my boyfriend was engaged to me, so when he heard about that from you, he decided to do so in order to get closer to you. I can't believe he did that to me. Ted Smith is looking for a woman who can give birth his heir. His mother told him to do so, but there were rumors spreading around the company, so no one dares to get closer to him. He must have been looking for women in all kinds of places. And because I showed up, he decided to turn me into his target? That's right. You were the perfect prey for him and his mother. They wanted you to give birth to their heir. They never miss a prey they can catch. Just like that. No way! I didn't know anything about that. What am I supposed to do? I don't know that either, but after I got your message, I asked my boyfriend about it, and that's when I found out. Because of that, I'm in a lot of trouble now. They treat me like a slave. Is that so? I'm forced to prepare meals in the morning, do laundry, clean the house, and work in the yard. During the day, I am with my mother-in-law all the time. She's the kind of person who won't even pick up the remote control that's right in front of her. If I didn't take care of her, she would put me in the punishment room. I'm surprised to hear there's a punishment room. Also, I didn't know that mother-in-law who treats her son's wife like a slave exists nowadays. Ted doesn't seem to care too. When he came home from work, he didn't even pay attention to me. He just talks happily and flirtatiously with his mother. His mother even followed him into the bedroom. She's sleeping with him. It's so disgusting that I feel like I want to throw up right away. Ew, I absolutely hate that. Looks like you got married to a wrong man. Both of them are telling to give birth to a male heir. They also told me to work as a housekeeper. I can't believe this is really happening since we're not living in the 19th century anymore. What a terrible mother and son. And if I don't give a birth a boy, they told me to keep on trying until a boy is born. What? That's a threat. I agree with you. My mother-in-law said that she'll watch over me and my husband during the intercourse. She also said she'll punish me if my husband wasn't satisfied. Yuck. That's really disgusting. I thought we only see that kind of stuff in movies. I have no doubt that you'll have a hard time for the rest of your life. Sis, I want a divorce. I can't live in this house forever. If possible, I want to leave before we find out the gender of our baby. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But it's very difficult for me to leave with my mother-in-law nearby me all day long, so please cooperate. I refuse. Why? Why should I help you? Because we're sisters. Isn't it natural to help your sister when she's in trouble? You must be kidding me. Stop blabbering nonsense, Sally. Do you realize how much trouble have you brought into my life? Do you have any idea how much you've hurt me? I would never help you after you took away my fiancé. Don't just say what's convenient for you. But it's just because they happen to like me more than you. It's not my fault. How dare you say that? You initiated the whole thing. Besides, this marriage is your fault. Why is it my fault? It's because you have a fiancé with the same first name. I don't understand. This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't approached him at the first place. That's what you get for trying to take away my fiancé. I don't know why you're so selfish. Then what am I supposed to do? I don't know. You can stay with them, or you can run away to do whatever you want. Gee, I didn't expect you to be such a terrible person. I'm speechless. You're the one who's terrible, you know. Fine then, I'm not asking for your help anymore. I'll ask our parents instead. They care about me, right? They used to care about you. What do you mean by that? They were quite angry when they found out you took my fiancé away from me. They said that they'll turn you away if you dare to come home. Besides, they also said that a daughter who dared to ruin her big sister's engagement isn't a family member. No kidding! Then there's no one to save me. That's the bitter fact you must accept. I don't care since it's not my life anyway, but I just want you to be happy since you're my sister. I'll give you back exactly what you said to me. Do I have to spend the rest of my life in this hellish house? That's too hard to bear. Please, sis, save me. I can't do that. You should taste the humiliation I've been through until today. What a heartless woman you are. I'm begging you so much, but you just ignore me. Nothing you say will change my mind. If you want to leave that house, you'll have to do something about it yourself. Don't say that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for everything I've done, so forgive me. That's impossible. I'm finally married. I'm happy every day now. I don't want you to interfere with my happiness anymore. I'm not going to interfere your happiness. I just need you to help me. You have deceived me so many times, Sally, so I won't ever be fooled again. I'm sorry, but you're on your own now. I beg you, sis, save me. Save me from this house. I'm gonna get rid of you, so I'll block you after this exchange. You're kidding, right? Please, wait. You're the only person I can rely on. Goodbye forever, Sally. I wish you luck. After that, Sally gave birth under the watchful eye of her mother-in-law and husband. Fortunately, she gave birth to a boy and was overjoyed at the same time. She was told to get out of the house right after that. Her son will be raised by her husband and mother-in-law. As expected, she had affection for the child she gave birth to, but she had to leave her in-laws' house in tears. Her wish may have been fulfilled, but in exchange, she lost her own child. Sally was really only there to produce a male heir. It's sad, but she has to accept the consequences of her own actions. No one knows where Sally went after she was kicked out. On the other hand, I was happily married and I found out that I was pregnant with my first child. Me and my husband are looking forward to the birth of a healthy baby.
Melanie, what are you doing? Melanie, what are you doing not answering the phone? Whatever, just answer the phone. Catherine, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Can I help you? You're taking maternity leave from today, right? I know you're not busy anyway, so I need you to pick me up at the station.
I'm sorry, Catherine.
What?
I'm going to take maternity leave from today, but I have some paperwork to finish. So, I'm at work right now. I won't be able to pick you up.
What? I thought you would pick me up. You're really useless.
What?
You always make excuses and don't follow what I tell you at all. Maybe I should punish you.
Punish me? I'm not a slave.
Aren't you misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding?
Yes. You're no better than a slave because you can't do what I say. You're a psycho wife.
Worse than a slave. How terrible. Anyway, I can't pick you up today. I'm sorry, but you'll have to go home alone.
Wow, how cheeky. You're not enough to be a wife. You keep making excuses about work and don't do any chores. I thought you were finally going on maternity leave, but look at you.
Catherine, while I was working, I made breakfast and dinner, cleaned the house, and did the laundry. I don't remember leaving them.
Shut up. You talk back to me all the time. Why can't you listen to me?
I'm sorry.
If you can't pick me up, I don't need you. Bye. Melanie, where are you?
What? I'm here to buy the toothpaste you asked me to go get. And I'm also buying food for dinner.
Oh, you're still shopping?
Still? You told me 10 minutes ago.
So, what's for dinner tonight?
You said you wanted to eat fried chicken, so I'm looking for it right now.
Fried chicken? Why such a greasy thing?
Because you said you wanted to eat it.
Do you know how old my husband and I are?
Well, mostly.
And yet you're going to make us eat greasy dish like that?
It's not like I don't mind, but since you requested it.
Are you trying to harm our health?
No way. It's just you requested it. And since your husband mentioned something like that a few days ago, I thought today would be a good time to have it.
You blame us, but actually, you're the one who wants to eat it, huh?
That's not true. Fried food is too much for my stomach. My belly is getting bigger too.
Then don't buy fried chicken. I don't think he would like it either.
Oh, I understand. Then what would you like to eat?
Let's see. I can't think of anything. It's a wife's duty to think of a menu, go shopping and cook, right?
Yes. Then please eat without complaining.
What's with that tone? I'm getting furious. Hey, Melanie?
Yes?
You're having a baby boy, right?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We couldn't find out the gender at the checkup the other day. But the doctor said we'll find out next time. But even if we find out, Harry said we should keep it a secret.
Why do you have to keep it a secret? I'm going to be a grandma, so you should let me know first.
That's what I thought, but he insisted on keeping it a secret until after the baby is born.
What? I can't wait that long.
What?
Harry is my only son, so we need an heir.
Heir? Neither his father nor Harry mentioned it.
Of course they won't mention it. It's obvious.
But Harry said he was looking forward to seeing which one would be born. He said all he wants is for the baby to be born healthy.
Harry is just saying that because he's kind.
No, I felt that was his true intention.
Again, you keep talking back to me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My first baby was a boy, so the generation was passed on, you know? It's a tacit understanding to have an heir. So I don't need an enjoyment of knowing the gender. I don't want anything but a boy. Oh, but you can't decide the gender yourself. Who knows which one I'm going to have? What are you talking about? You need to keep telling the baby, you are a boy. You are a boy. That's primitive. Are you making fun of me? That's how Harry was born. You should do the same. Okay, let's talk about this another time. Well then, I'll finish off shopping and hurry home. Catherine? Catherine, please pick up the phone. Melanie, what is it? I'm at the movie theater with my friends. It's the best part right now. Can you please not call me? Catherine, please come back soon. What? What's wrong? I think I'm in labor. My belly and back hurt. I may have to go to the hospital, so can you come back? Huh? Why do I have to go home because of your labor? I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I'm afraid it's going to be hard for me to even call you later. I'm so worried, so I wanted you to stay with me. Don't be spoiled. Huh? Every woman in the world endures that pain to give birth. You want me to come back? If you're in labor, go to the hospital on your own. Catherine, don't say that. Please come home, please. Well, I can, but as long as you mop the floor and cook dinner for today. I can't. Then you'll have to go through labor alone. Oh no. Fine. I'll finish what you told me to do. Please come back. You're a good actor, Melanie. It's just labor. You don't suffer that bad. Well then, Catherine, I'll be waiting. Melanie, can I talk to you? Catherine, the baby is born. She's a lovely girl, just like Harry. Ugh. Catherine? What the fuck? I told you to have a boy. Oh, excuse my language. It's a healthy baby. Does it matter whether it's a boy or girl? I'm glad that the baby is born. What are you saying? I told you. Why isn't it a boy? But Catherine, it's your sweet granddaughter. At least look at her face. If you see her face, maybe you will. Stop complaining, you useless lady. What? I went through a hard time. How terrible. It's hard for everyone to have a baby. I asked you to come home, but I heard you came back around 7 at night. I did what I was told, mopped the floor and cooked dinner and waited for you. It seems like I fainted before you came, though. How sloppy. You are too weak. If your husband hadn't come home, I would have given birth at home. I'm so glad he came back. I know, he's a great guy. He's indeed a man worth relying on. You should be thankful to him. Of course. Unlike you. Huh? You became a mother, but you're still as cocky as ever. So, when will you come to see the baby? Hey, I told you to have a boy. You broke the promise, so there's no way I'm coming to see you. Are you still talking like that? Such a useless wife. What did you marry into our family for? All you do is work? You can't do housework at all? How useless. Catherine, that's too much. The baby will be sad too. How can a newborn baby understand such a thing? Ugh. At least if you had a boy, you could have been useful as a wife. Hey. Don't come home again. What? I said, don't ever come back to this house. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. I told you we don't need a girl, and it's your fault for not having a boy. I can't help it even if you say it. Where do you want me to take this child and go? I don't know. Now, finally, I will set you free. Hey, I'm not a slave. We don't need a wife who can't have a baby boy, so you don't have to come back. Don't say that. At best, you should enjoy your life in the hospital. That's too much. I didn't know you were that terrible. Melanie, what time are you leaving the hospital today? I had no choice, so I've prepared a baby bed for you. But you'll have to prepare a meal as soon as you get back, okay? At least I need you to do that. Melanie, what time are you coming home? I need you to clean up the house. At least reply to me. You're still insane. What is it? Finally, I called you, so you need to answer right away. What the hell are you doing? You have a lot to do when you get home. You're lazy. Come home. You didn't hear anything from your husband? About what? He said he'd tell you. What do you mean? I just left the hospital with my husband, but we have some shopping to do, so I don't think we can go home that soon. What are you thinking? You just got out of the hospital. My husband's with me, so I'm fine. Oh, right. That's good if my son is there. But it seems like you still don't know what it's like to be a wife. If you're like that, I don't need you to come home. Of course, I'm not coming home. What? Please prepare your own meals. If you need to go shopping, please go by yourself. I believe you can clean by yourself, so please do so. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an incompetent wife who can't even have a baby boy. At least shut up and do what your mother-in-law told you to do. No, I will never go back to that house again. Did you lose your mind after giving birth? Well, you were crazy from the beginning, though. Don't be silly. Just come home. I didn't say anything crazy or stupid. We will not come back. Besides, I'm not a slave. How long are you going to joke around? What do you mean, we? I'll let my husband and Harry know if you keep talking like that. Hey, are you misunderstanding something? Huh? I'm with Harry right now. I was with your husband too just a few minutes ago. They have already agreed to it. What do you mean? Your husband is the one who encouraged us to leave. Huh? What do you mean? He was concerned about the bullying from you. And when he saw you being harsh to me when I had a big belly, he thought we need to live separately. What? He said that? Yes. The worst was the messages from you before and after the baby was born. You showed them to him? You said such terrible things, so I told my husband and showed them the messages. How dare you? That's an invasion of privacy. He said he couldn't forgive you for treating my precious child like this and giving me such horrible words. What? He said he can't go back to the house where you are waiting. Your husband is disappointed in you, who was watching a movie and not helping me when I had my labor. He said that? Yes. After they discussed about it, we decided to leave. It seems that while I was in the hospital, they prepared to move out. You're lying. You kept it secret from me? Why didn't you tell me? There's no way I would tell you. If I told you, you would have interrupted us. Besides, I can't stand anymore. I can't raise a child in a house where you live. What are you talking about? The child is my grandchild. But you only want a boy, right? Well, I'd rather have a boy than a girl. And I'm a cheeky daughter-in-law, so I don't have to come back, right? That's... Your husband suggested we should live separately at a very good time. So I'm very grateful. My husband and I will do our best to raise our child together. You're my son's wife. What are you talking about? You should raise your child at this house. I don't want to. Otherwise, my child will be harmed. Harm? How rude! By the way, my husband is also very angry with you. What? Harry is? Of course. You treated me like a slave, and you didn't care when I was in labor. You didn't even come to see your grandchild when she was born. To top it all off, you told me not to come home. Even if he wasn't my husband, anyone would be angry, right? That's... I have pride as a mother-in-law, and I have to uphold my dignity. I thought it would make my husband look good if we had an heir. He said he didn't need an heir. What? He said he could end this family. You're kidding. It's the 21st century, you know. He said that as long as the child is born healthy and grows up well, everything is fine. So it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. No, I thought he would be happier if it was a boy. He is a generous man. I don't think he would judge me on such a thing. He came to the hospital every day after the baby was born. He did? Yes. He said that his grandchild was exceptionally cute. He didn't say anything like that. You guys have been keeping me away, haven't you? No, that was your will, right? We didn't keep you away from us. Don't say like that. No matter what I said or did, you denied it. I knew that there was nothing more I could say to you. So, like you said, I will never go back to that house again, and I will not allow my child to see you. My husband hopes the same. Oh no, wait. I apologize for what I've done so far. So please, come home. No, I've made my decision. Don't say that. I don't care if it's a girl at this point. I have to brag to the neighbors that we have a baby. Our child is not a thing. I can't bring her home if you're like that. Don't say that. I never meant it. I just wanted you to be aware of being a wife. I thought I was fully aware of it, but we must have had different values. If there is a big difference in values, there will be a lot of dissatisfaction between us. I don't think it's good for your health. That's not true. Well then, let me end this conversation. Wait a minute, Melanie. Will you please reconsider? I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've discussed it with my husband and your husband, so I'm not having second thoughts. Besides, Harry says he never wants to see you again. He said so? That's a lie. That's just a story you made up. If you think I'm lying, you're welcome to think so. But I don't think he's coming back. Really? I need to talk to my son. He's next to you, right? Pass the phone to him. He's driving right now, so... And it seems like he has nothing to say to you. Take good care of yourself, Catherine. Wait! Please forgive me! It's too late. I want to protect this child, so... Goodbye. After that, Catherine was scolded by her husband for what she had done to me. She was making a lot of excuses, but when he told her he would divorce her if she couldn't listen to him, she became quiet. I guess she didn't want to break up with him. My father-in-law is a very open-minded man and said he would see how things go for a while. My husband and I are struggling to raise our child together in our new house. It is much harder than I imagined, but every day I realize that this is what it means to be a parent. I guess this is how the bond between parent and child is formed. My father-in-law often comes to see the baby without telling his wife. It seems like the baby is so cute that it makes him smile a lot when he sees her. Not now, but when our life settles down and we are comfortable, I'm planning to talk to my husband about my mother-in-law once again.
Michelle, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. I wonder why you contacted me all of a sudden.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but
What's wrong?
I just don't fit in at my current job. I've been struggling with it for a long time, but I finally submitted my resignation.
Huh? Wait a minute. Resignation? We're going to have a baby in 3 months, you know?
I know.
In 2 months, I'm taking maternity leave, so my income will be reduced. I told you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, that's why I was worried.
We don't live together, so it's going to cost a lot of money for your mother who needs care.
I'm aware of that too, but it's not like I'm the only one sacrificing for it, right?
Sacrifice?
I'm so worried that if I keep working, I'm going to lose my mind. I could put up with it, but I knew if I let it take a toll on me mentally, it would bring a bad effect to our child.
I didn't know that you were so worried about that. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I couldn't tell you because I knew it would cause trouble for you. Especially now that you're pregnant, I didn't want to stress you out.
I see. I'm sorry I didn't notice. I was too busy taking care of myself. I understand your circumstances.
What?
Our environment is going to change a lot from now on. Maybe we should take the plunge and change the environment starting from your workplace. In return, you need to look for another job seriously so that you can find it soon.
I'm glad you understand. I'm truly sorry.
We're a married couple, so we're supposed to help each other in times of need, right? Let's work hard together so that we can have a happy family in the future.
Got it.
Hey Damien, you're still at home today, right? Are you doing well with your job hunting?
Yeah, I'm getting by. I haven't been able to find a company that fits my criteria.
Geez, you have to be serious about finding a job.
I'm seriously trying.
I don't think there's any company that can meet 100% of your criteria. Besides, we're going to have a baby soon. You're going to be a father, so you'll have to put up with a few things.
I know that much.
If you understand, then you should do what you have to do. To me, it doesn't look like you're trying hard enough.
You're working as a caregiver, so for the time being, we're not going to be in need of money. That's why I don't want to rush into deciding on a job.
Huh? Don't be naive.
What?
I'm taking maternity leave soon, remember? And I won't be able to take care of your mother like I used to. That's going to cost us more than before.
Yeah.
Do you really understand our current situation? We need more money, so you will have to earn extra money. Besides, I don't think I can take care of your mother while raising a child. It's my first child, and I need to get used to childcare-related things. For that reason, I need you to get accustomed to your workplace as soon as possible.
I understand.
Of course, I'll have you help out fully when you're home too.
I know.
Anyway, you need to find a job as soon as possible. Damien, are you home?
Yes, I am. How was your checkup?
Well, I think I'm having contractions. I thought my back had been hurting since dawn. They say these back pains are labor pains.
Are you sure? Is it the time for labor?
The contractions are still weak, so I don't think it's going to happen right now. But they say I could stay at the hospital, so I might as well do that. I don't feel comfortable and I'm too anxious to go home.
Maybe that's a good idea. If you stay at the hospital, you'll feel safe and you can be prepared for the labor. I think it's better that way too.
You will be there for the birth, right? That will be reassuring. I'll text you when the contractions are a little stronger, so please be ready to come right away. What's with that reply?
It's nothing.
Damien, my contractions are getting stronger. They're now 15 minutes apart, so please come to the hospital right away. They said the baby will be born within a few hours from now.
Are you going into labor soon?
I don't know about that, but it can happen any time from now, so I need you to hurry.
Hold on a second. I've got some stuff to do. I'm in the middle of doing a task right now, so it might be tough to get to the hospital right away.
What task? I've asked the caregiver to take care of your mother.
I know, but I'm not sure I can accompany you during child labor, so you're going to have to do it on your own somehow. I'll do my best to take care of myself anyway. I'll be there as soon as the baby is born.
You've got to be kidding me. What are you talking about? I'm not confident at all. It's my first time and I'm full of anxiety, so just stay with me, please.
I can't. Besides, it won't do you any good. What's the point of standing by your side doing nothing?
I know, but I need you to stay close to me for the baby too. You need to support me.
I'm at my parents' house right now.
Your parents' house? Why? Your mom's got a caregiver, so don't worry about her.
It's not about Mom. I've got things to do myself.
What things to do? Your wife is in labor. Is that task more important than the birth of our child?
I need to do the task now.
Why now? You've been home all week, unemployed, so you had plenty of time to do it. But why are you starting to do it now?
Don't blame me. I just came up with the idea a while ago. I want to do it before the baby is born.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'll hurry there as soon as I'm done, so just hang in there until then.
That's enough.
What?
I don't need you to be here. I'll call my mother and have her come over.
Okay. I think you will be more comfortable with your mother by your side. By all means, please do so. Sorry, I didn't catch your call.
What have you been up to already? The baby is born. I tried to call you, but I couldn't get through.
Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday, so I got tired and went to bed straight away.
Huh? What the hell were you doing?
I kicked my mother out while you were giving birth.
You kicked her out? What are you talking about? Where is she now? She needs care.
I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
They said the caregiver will take care of her at the shelter.
Seriously? Your mother is not a piece of luggage you can get rid of like that.
She can't move on her own, so she's equal to a piece of luggage. She will be a burden for you once the baby is born anyway.
How can you say things like that about your own mother? I've never felt like she's a burden to me. Why did you kick your mother out of the house?
What? I thought we were going to move in here.
Huh? For what? You never told me about that.
I just thought of it yesterday.
What the hell?
You shouldn't have done that.
What are you talking about?
Because you've been threatening me a lot.
When did I threaten you?
You told me to get a job as soon as possible because it costs money to take care of the baby and my mother.
Yes, it costs money, but we can have your mother moving in together with us to solve that matter. Kicking her out is a terrible thing to do.
And you also said you wanted me to take care of Mom.
Of course. She's your own mother. I have to work no matter what, okay?
That's why I kicked Mom out, because I don't like it.
Huh? I don't understand.
If I kick Mom out and live in this house, we don't have to pay rent, right? Our monthly expenses will be cut down considerably. If our expenses are reduced, you wouldn't have to force yourself to work anymore.
That's not the point.
Besides, if Mom's not here, I don't have to take care of her. I can't take care of Mom. If I get rid of her, you and I can devote ourselves to raising our child without any worries.
How selfish you are. She's your own mother, Damien. I've never seen such a cold son like you.
What's the matter with you? Don't speak so high and mighty. If you don't like it, why don't you get out too?
I beg your pardon?
I'm the one who thought of this solution. If you insist so much, why don't you go live with Mom? I can't rush to find a job or take care of Mom. I'm going to live my life in my own pace at this house.
What a person you are. You're just a scumbag.
You have a decent job, so you won't be in trouble. I don't have an income, so I'll be in trouble to get by. I just figured out a way to do it that doesn't cost me any money.
So why don't you just get a job as soon as you can? Kicking your mother out of the house isn't going to solve anything fundamental.
I don't want to rush to find a new job, so that's why I kicked Mom out. Why can't you understand that? I'm keeping the apartment we lived in. When you get out of the hospital, you can clean it up and cancel the lease. I'll stay at my family home rent-free.
I still don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Hey, when are you getting out of the hospital? I haven't received any kind of notice from you yet. I can pick you up if you want me to. I went to all the trouble of getting rid of my mom. I kicked her out and made a life that doesn't cost a dime and involve nursing care. I'm sure you have no complaints, right? You will definitely be able to raise our child in comfort. Hey, reply to me.
What? I don't have anything to say to you anymore.
What do you mean? I go to the hospital and they won't let me see you or the baby. What the hell is going on? When will you be discharged from the hospital?
I'm already out of the hospital with the baby.
Huh? I don't understand. The nurse didn't even tell me when you were discharged.
I was the one who told her to keep that as a secret.
So you didn't even let me visit?
Yeah, I asked them not to let you in.
Why not? I'm your husband and the father of your child.
Father, stop joking. You didn't even accompany me when I went into labor. Also, you didn't take my call when the baby was born. You kicked your mother out of the house just because she needed care. How am I supposed to live with someone who doesn't even work? I can't live with you anymore. Our marriage is over.
Huh? Then where are you now?
I asked my parents to let me stay with them. My parents are truly appalled by your behavior. They don't want a useless son-in-law like you. You dared to kick out your own mother. It's only a matter of time until you kick me and our child out.
Why did you tell your parents about that? I kicked Mom out so I could live together with you guys without paying the rent.
I said that's not the right thing to do for a person who has a human heart. How can you kick out your own mother who needs care and live in peace?
She should just go into a facility or whatever.
If that's the case, did you follow the proper procedures?
Is that really necessary? Don't you have the caregiver to do that for you?
That's not what I'm talking about. Your selfishness. It's not free to put your mother in a facility in the first place. It takes a certain amount of money.
Is that so?
Yes, of course. You don't work, so you have no income. How can you put your mother in a care facility?
Don't talk so high and mighty. I just didn't know.
If you're going to do it, do your research beforehand. You were like that when you quit your job. You acted like a child, saying you didn't want to go to work and just quit right away. You knew I was about to have a baby.
I didn't decide to quit my job right away.
You always say things that suit you. And when the time came, you didn't even get a new job.
Because you were working, right? You're the one who's going to continue working after the baby is born. So there's no need for me to find work as soon as possible.
I'm saying that kind of insensitivity is impossible. You only think of yourself. I can't raise a child with someone who doesn't think about our future together.
Stop messing around and get back here as soon as possible.
Don't you get it even after all this?
Huh?
I want a divorce.
Are you kidding me? Stop it. You want a divorce, but you haven't even let me see our baby? That's too much, right?
How can you say that? You're even worse. You didn't even accompany me during the labor, and you didn't come to see me when the baby was born.
Because you didn't let me visit.
That was after a few days, wasn't it? That's all I am to you, and that's all our child is to you too. I can't even imagine living with you. Anyway, I'm divorcing you.
Don't be so selfish.
From now on, we'll discuss things through our lawyers.
What? Lawyer? Hey, explain to me. You're behind all of these, right? The builder's trying to evict me.
You have no choice then.
Why? This is my house. Why do I have to be evicted?
You seem to be misunderstanding everything.
What?
It's not your house. It's your mother's house.
But it's my house now because I evicted my mother.
I went to see your mother about that.
What?
Your mother didn't want to bother me and the baby, so she wanted me to put her into the care facility.
That's fine. If Mom doesn't come back, then it's totally my house.
When your mother was suddenly kicked out from the house, she quickly went to her bedside drawer and put the deed to the land in her bag.
Deed? What do you mean?
A deed is a document that proves you are the owner of a property. It's issued by the Legal Affairs Bureau to prevent people like you from transferring ownership without permission.
What the hell?
Your mother said she'll sell the house and use the money to pay for her care facility.
Sell the house?
So don't worry. She told me to get a divorce from you.
Huh? What kind of a mother is she?
You're the one who's being a terrible son. You kicked out your mother who needs care. What a thing to do.
I still don't get it. Does that mean the house is for sale?
That's what I'm saying.
I have to get out of here in a week?
If that's what they said, then you need to obey them.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. Why don't you go where you want? You don't have any children to take care of. And you also don't have a mother to take care of. So you're free to do what you want.
Because I don't work, you know? How am I going to live without an income? Anyway, what did you do with my savings? Did you spend it?
Don't be ridiculous. That joint savings are for our child. But you spent it all while you weren't working. I know that.
Oh no.
There's no way I'm spending our savings for our child.
If I get kicked out of this house, I have nowhere to go. I can't even rent an apartment.
That's what you deserve. I told you to get a real job, remember? You're the one who didn't do it. And to top it off, you kicked your mother out of the house. Looks like heaven has given you the punishment.
Michelle, can't you do something about it? For example, maybe you could reduce the amount of child support. Why don't you work more and earn money for child support?
Huh? How spoiled are you? You really are a jerk. How can you say such a thing? The only thing I'll ask you to do is to fulfill your responsibility as the father of my child.
But how am I supposed to pay for it?
You should work. Morning, noon, and night. You don't even have a mother who'll help you anymore. You'll have to manage on your own. It's undeniably you who have done this to yourself.
It's too hard to bear. I can't work that hard.
Stop blabbering nonsense. You have to give up and look for a job right now.
I can't find a job right away.
Really? It's been more than 3 months since you quit your last job. If you really wanted to work, you'd have found a job by now.
For your information, I'm willing to work, but it's just I haven't found the job I'm really looking for.
That's because you're probably making up your own terms and conditions. Then there's no way you'll find a job.
Huh?
If you can't find a job, then you should get a part-time job or something. You'd better earn money anyway. If you don't, you'll never be able to save enough money for child support. Just make sure you pay for that. The future of our child depends on that.
Oh no. So you don't care about my future?
It's your own fault. You're an adult, so you should take care of yourself. Even your mother did that. Well, I don't think I'll be seeing you again. Please take care of yourself.
Michelle, please don't treat me like a stranger. Don't abandon me, please.
After that, Damien started to pay for child support while holding down a part-time job. But the transfers of the money gradually began to be delayed. Rumor has it that he quit his part-time job after complaining about this and that. Then, he found a new part-time job and quit again, and so on and so forth. His income is not enough to pay the child support. I am so glad that I divorced him when I found out how much of a scumbag he is. However, my relationship with my ex-mother-in-law continues to this day. I regularly take my children to visit her at the facility where she resides. I have been receiving money that she has been steadily accumulating for the sake of her grandchildren. She gave it to me as my child support. So I have not asked Damien for more money. I really wanted to beat the crap out of him, but I thought about my ex-mother-in-law's feelings, so I decided not to do that. I have moved back to my parents' house to spend my maternity leave, but I plan to return to work as a caregiver at the end of the day. I plan to do my best to balance work and childcare.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!